honest and charming. Fly
with the broadcast from Philadelphia. It's the home of the 76ers, the Wells Fargo Center. Coming in off the road, the 76ers are back in Philadelphia for this game. They haven't had the year to this point they were hoping for, and so it's both teams making substitutions here. Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line to make a difference.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanked off the rim. They were letting them hear about that.
On the floor for Detroit, Reggie Jackson out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Caron Butler. Then there's Andre Drummond. Position. The Wizard, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. The 76ers leading by 11. The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin, speed bumps, if you will, some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
And that one misses.
And you look at the Pistons, some great size and athleticism inside, but they've lacked the high percentage outside shooting to space the floor offensively.
1:04 left to play in the first quarter. 76ers have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Soft touch off the glass. 10 points for Roten.
And, you know, for the Pistons last season, you look at the size and shot blocking ability, and you thought that team would be tougher defensively. But that wasn't really the case. I think it has to be attributed to mindset. Those young, big, athletic guys have to become much tougher mentally at the defensive end to be really successful.
For Detroit, they have come up empty at the line so far in 3 attempts.
The Sixers are certainly looking to build something special on the court. And to that end, they're planning to build a new 55,000 square foot practice facility close by at the Navy Yard.
Pistons trailed by 12. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And Butler, here we go. Here's Caldwell-Pope, misses off the left iron. And here is Noel, looking for his first basket still in this one. Sims kicks to Roten. The pass to Noel, and stolen by Butler. Throws it from deep. The shot is off. And as we conclude the first... Welcome back, everyone, to Lopsided First Quarter. Already as we start this second quarter. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the 76ers?
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
And they're knocking down that mid-range jump shot, too, so they're really doing a nice job offensively.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so, in the game for the 76ers, they've got Robinson. Embiid is out there with Nerlens Noel. Then it's Tony Roten, and it's Covington in at the 2 spot. Roten kicks to Robinson. To the middle. That's good from Roten on the assist by Robinson. And that's 12 points for Roten.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Thomas Robinson, once the number 5 pick in 2012, but he's bounced around a bit in his young career. He said, I'm not going to play the victim. I'm a grown man. I didn't come into the league with the right mindset, but it's a good thing. It matured me as a person. It humbled me. I just have to play with emotion and make people know I'm on the court. Guys?
Yeah, with his hard-charging style of play, it makes sense. Thanks, Doris. Shot clock at 6. Here's Prince. Here's Monroe. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. First trip to the line for him here.
And the free throws for him this year, he's making them at about a rate.
And that concludes the first half. 76ers ahead. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far.
All right, you're up.
Oh, yeah.
Philadelphia leading by 11. On the floor for Detroit. Monroe and Drummond there inside. Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. Embiid the pass to Roten. He feeds it to Robinson. Clock at 6. Passes it to Covington. The shot is off. Prince with the defensive effort. Brandon Jennings acquired an assignment last season on a 3-year, $24 million contract.
Jennings probably expecting more in terms of the deal. But look, maybe it was a wake-up call for him. You know, he has not been part of a winning team yet. And generally speaking, stats alone don't get you max contracts. Stats and wins are what do that, and that's what's next for Jennings.
Here's the Wizard. Drummond a screen. Here's the Wizard. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Wasn't really the dream scenario that he wanted in his first game. He struggled at times, and of course his team lost as well.
And the one thing he can take to heart is that a lot of players have had rough starts to their careers. That's not uncommon. You'll just have to keep working to get better. And for Jennings, a quick, explosive athlete at the point. But you talk about how can he improve. He has the physical attributes to become a lockdown defender, but his focus at that end comes and goes. He's got to be more consistent in his focus at that end.
Shot from 12. Here's Drummond. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket. Drummond's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Robinson sets a screen for Roten. Richardson kicks to Covington. No good on the 3.
And the other aspect for Jennings, a streaky scorer to this point in his career. A little loose with his mechanics and shot selection, I think a part of it. I think improving his shooting percentages is an area where he needs to get better.
The 76ers leading by 7. Now here's Roten. He's got 14, and there's the foul. It'll go on the Wizard. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Philadelphia. Sims is checked in, and Nerlens Noel subbed in for Robinson. And Tavius Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Detroit. Reggie Jackson comes in for Meeks. 6 to shoot. Here's Covington. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
The Sixers have really undergone a complete reversal in recent years.
And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. Clark, it was anybody's game.
Why you tripping? We just pulled out a nice little win.
Tripping? Don't act like this game was never in doubt. It was closer than it should have been. That's the problem. We weren't taking it serious. Like we could have just shown up and win. One thing I know for certain, you take something for granted in the NBA, it all goes away.
You right. When we got somebody on the ropes, we gotta knock them fools out, man. Yo, tonight, we was just barely good enough.
That's right. Next game we step on the gas and never let up.
Let's do it.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast from suburban Detroit. We are live at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Coming in off the road, the Pistons. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Harden outside. Howard setting the pick for Harden. Feeds to Prigioni. Back to Harden. 6 to shoot. Here's Howard. Rebounded by the Pistons. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And one way to nullify a home court advantage, like they did that night, from the three-point line. Nothing is more demoralizing to a home crowd.
Steve, you're exactly right. I mean, that was the great equalizer. Their perimeter play definitely took them over the top.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Detroit. The Wizard comes in for Brandon Jennings. Prince the pass to the Wizard. Trying to get open is Monroe. No good from the Wizard.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Well, the Rockets, wouldn't you say, are really to be commended, Clark, for rebuilding this team without tearing it down to the studs or tanking, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I mean, they've improved dramatically with Harden and Howard. But this is a team that's held a winning record in the West now for 8 straight seasons. That's pretty impressive.
It is. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off a good outing against the Boston Celtics.
And they were nearly flawless offensively in that win, Kevin. Once they got rolling, they just did not stop.
My kind of performance to watch, guys. Efficient and potent. Very strong.
Right from the start, they've been aggressive on the glass. Most of the rebounds seem to be going their way.
And, Steve, I think they are ready for the fight today.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus.
On the wing, Jackson. The pass to the Wizard. Back to Jackson. Takes the 3. Jackson missing again. Rockets trail by 6. The dish to Prigioni. There's 37 seconds left in the first. Back to Harden. He dishes it to Howard. And some nice passing there by Houston. And he gets it to go. 10 points for James Harden.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Here's the Wizard. Drummond a screen. Here's the Wizard. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. The Wizards got his first bucket of the night. And here we go with James Harden. And he gets it to go. No shortage of scoring.
Coming up next Monday, February 2nd.
Welcome back, folks. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a win. For Houston, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Monroe and Drummond there inside. Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. And it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Harden kicks to Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Dishes to Prigioni. Sinks the triple. Prigioni's got 8 points.
Now they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
The Wizard, he's checked in for Detroit. Let's take a look at the players that have been grabbing rebounds in bunches to lead the NBA over the last 10 games. Second, Andre Drummond. The fourth spot held by Dwight Howard.
Now, the work both these guys have done on the boards can't be overlooked. I mean, they've been huge factors for their team.
Here's the Wizard. Into Drummond. And Jones pulls it down.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Ariza, a screen on Prince. Screen by Howard. Harden dishes to Howard.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares?
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, as we know, Dwight Howard used to covet the big market. His friend Josh Smith had said he's addicted to being global. And Howard even admitted people were in my ear about being in a bigger place and bringing more dollars in. Nowadays, it's not about where you play. Unfortunately, I had to learn that lesson in front of the whole world. Kevin?
His image took a hit, Doris, but he's learned from it, obviously. Thanks. Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Butler comes in for Tayshaun Prince, and it's Jackson in for Jody Meeks. And the basket by Harden. James Harden, Clark, voted by a majority of NBA GMs last season as the #1 shooting guard in the entire league.
Really hard to argue that, Kevin. I mean, he's an elite scorer, second in the league in free throw attempts per game last season, and he's also a really, really good passer. Able to make his teammates better because he draws so much attention, and he's a crafty and willing passer.
Ariza kicks to Harden. He feeds it to Howard. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
Here's the Wizard. Puts it up from 12. Rebounded by Howard.
And Harden hand in glove with the Rockets' offensive philosophy. 80% of his shot attempts come from either beyond the arc or in the paint. That combination of shooting with slashing ability, a real key to his effectiveness.
In low to Howard. Stolen by Jackson. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's the Wizard. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And James Harden among the league leaders in scoring and scoring efficiency for 2 seasons running. Even bad shots for most players are average ones for him with his great skill level. And the other thing that makes him such a potent scorer, he gets to that foul line to the tune of about 10 times a game.
And the Pistons making a change here. Williams is checked in. Houston with a big group substitution here. Monty Eunice is checked in for Howard. Smith comes in for Trevor Ariza. Corey Brewer is checked in for James Harden. And it's McDaniels in for Pablo Brigioni. To the left side wing. Here's McDaniels. Right now averaging 5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. 13 feet away. And that one's good. McDaniels got his second bucket tonight.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
Butler against Smith to the right side. Here's the Wizard. He sinks the 11-footer. The Wizards got 4 points in the quarter. Here's McDaniels. Can't get it to go. And a moment now to take a look at our State Farm assist of the game. With 6 in the game, it's been some excellent court vision from James Harden.
Well, he's been key to their ability to find the open man and really get the offense operating smoothly.
So it's a nip.
Well, first off, James, congratulations on the win tonight. What is